Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Arian. I am photo retoucher and you can learn, make and create together with me. So today I'm going to show you how you can edit a beauty portrait step by step using my actions. So without any further ado, let's get started. First thing first, as you can see, this portrait is looking really nice. It's made by photomeike. Link is in the description. And as you can see, this portrait needs to be clean. And for cleaning, we are going to use clean and black and white help layer. But as you can see, I'm using makeup artist retouching actions and retouching action full pack. You can get these actions on my Gumroad account. Link is in the description. Also, you can get this raw file in Telegram channel. So let's just get started. Click clean and click play. After we do that, as you can see, we have two different layers here. One of them is a duplicated background layer renamed clean, and one of them is a black and white help layer that helps us to see some details where we have some harsh highlights. And for cleaning, I'm going to use three different tools: spot healing brush tool, and patch tool. So I'm just going to sort this spot healing brush tool and switch between these three tools. With J, K, and L, I made them with shortcuts. So let's just zoom in here and start copying where I want to clean. For the moment, I'm using healing brush tool, and this one works this method. You can click Alt keyboard and click to copy the clean texture or the skin and paste it like that. As you can see, I'm gonna speed up this process because it will take more time and it's only with the clean. And now that I am done with cleaning, as you can see here before and after, it's time for the dodge and burn. So I'm just going to click dodge and burn, click play, and click on dodge and burn help check layer, click play. And this is the inverted way of dodging and burning. I'm just gonna double click here and slide the shadows into the right, something like this. And this is the inverted way of dodge and burning. So we are going to dodge in the lighter parts and burn in the darker parts. So I'm going with a 10% opacity and 100% flow. I will start on the dodge and I will just paint it on the brighter areas, as you can see. Let's just check out before and after. So this is the inverted way of dodge and burning. Let's just check what we've done so far. This is the dodge before and after, and it's looking really nice, but you have to check the group and turn off the desaturated layer because we don't need that this time. And as you can see, before and after, so keep working just a little more. Now let's just check out before and after again, and I think that is looking okay, but I'm going to reduce the opacity and click on the burn, zoom in, and with the same settings of the brush, I'm gonna burn the darker parts of the portrait in the inverted way. Now let's just check a before and after of the burn layer. As you can see, let me just zoom in and check a before and after, and I think that is looking good, but I'm going to reduce this one too and turn off that saturated layer because we don't need that this time. And here's the before and after what we've done so far. So I'm just gonna merge these 3 layers into one. Delete the help check layer because we don't need that this time. And I'm gonna merge these two again. And now it's time for the frequency separation. So I'm just gonna click play, and for the right radius of the frequency separation, I'm just gonna zoom in here in some harsh texture and slide this radius into the right until we don't see that. And I think that 8 or maybe 10 is enough. So click OK. And now that it's done, click and open the group of frequency separation plus. And as you can see, we have two different layers. One of them is low frequency and the other one is high frequency. Low frequency is for the color, in which we are going to work first, and the high frequency is the texture of this portrait. So I'm just gonna turn off the high frequency or the texture so I can see some details here on the colors, and I'm going to use the mixer brush for the low frequency or the color. And for the settings of mixer brush, I'm going by 10 of wet, load 30, mix 45, and flow 33. And I will start mixing the skin tones just like that. By turning on the black and white help layer helps us to see some mid-tones, and as you can see a before and after. The black and white help layer helps a lot because it will allow you to see some mid-tones of the portrait that you can see in the color mode. So this is why I created these actions. They are really helpful. And if you want to follow my step-by-step process of retouching, go get these actions. Link is in the description because they are really helpful. There are a lot of people that are DMing me or just sending emails that showing some before and after results of their retouching skills. Now that they have been watching my tutorials and they got my actions, I just check out before and after what you've done so far in the low frequency or in the color, and before and after what you've done so far, and I think that is looking amazing. And as you can see, we have made some mistakes by mixing the colors a lot, so I'm just gonna create a clipping mask. Just a mask, it's not a clipping mask, and with a black brush and 100% opacity, I'm just gonna paint it like this and remove that color. Let me just check it before and after, and yeah, I think is looking okay. Now I'm gonna create some path here because I want to reduce that white color around the eyebrows. It's because of the makeup. It's not looking bad, but for my opinion, I'm just gonna remove that and just like this. Make a selection, and for the fader radius, I think I'm going by 3. And again, use the mixer brush. Let me just check a before and after what we've done so far, and Control Z to go to the selection. Now I'm going to use clone stamp tool to remove that highlight just a little from the around the eyebrows, because it's showing even on the texture. So be careful. Let me just check a before and after. And yeah, I think it's looking okay. Now I'm going to the other eyebrow and make a selection. And for the failure radius of this one, I'm going by 5 because this side is kind of out of the focus just a little. It's not too much, but just a little. So this is the reason of the higher fader radius. Let me just check a before and after. Yeah, I think it's looking good. Now go to the high frequency with the clone stamp tool, copy the texture around the eyebrows and paste it like that. So this is how we clean the eyebrows, just around, not inside, because I think that inside are looking good, but I'm gonna add some settings later. Now check a before and after, and I think that we have some color that is missing here. I'm just gonna add another empty layer, and from the normal mode I'm going to color, and I will go to the swatches and copy this color. With a 10% brush, I'm just gonna paint it here where we need some color. Let's just check a before and after. And as you can see, we have added some color, but I think that is way too much, so I'm just gonna lower this. I'll check a before and after again. And yeah, I think it's looking good. Now I'm just gonna use mixer brush just a little on the lips. Not that much, but I'm just gonna blend some colors here. Now check it before and after. Yeah, I think it's looking good. And as you can see, we need some cleaning with the clone stamp tool in the high frequency separation. And click on the clone stamp tool and zoom in where we are going to clean, and copy the texture as near as possible, because if you copy the texture, for example, here, and paste it here, as you can see, we will create some bad texture. So be careful when using clone stamp tool, because you don't want to destroy the texture of a portrait, because that's the main thing for it to remain the originality. And now that we're done with frequency separation, as you can see before and after what we've done so far, it's time for some other adjustments on the eyes, lips, etc, etc. So I'm just gonna delete this black and white help layer and merge this group. As you can see before and after, this is the frequency separation. And I think that I will reduce the amount of frequency separation here on the lips, because I think it's way too much. I'm just gonna create a mask, and with a black brush I'm just gonna delete these two sides, and I think it's okay. Now merge these layers into one again, and click here that says I plus all in, click play, wait until it's done, and open the group. This one is to remove veins, this one is for the white brightening, this one is the eyeball whitening, this one is for the iris contour, and this one is for changing the color of the iris. So I'm just gonna start using them one by one. Now let's just check a before and after, and I think it's looking good. Reduce this just a little and merge these into one. Now click here that says smoky eyes, click OK, and I will start painting around the eyelashes and making them just like that. And this one is way too dark, but I'm gonna reduce this by 25 maybe. Let's just check again, and I think it's looking okay. Now click here that says smoky eyes, and with a brush of 20% I'm just gonna paint something like this, and to another side. Now check it before and after. Yeah, I think it's looking really nice. Now click here that says eyeshadows, click play, and just make 3 copies of this one and zoom in. Copy the color of this line. I guess it's kind of white or something like pink. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of white and pink. And I will just follow this line and making some makeup details. As you can see, these actions are really nice for makeup artists. So if you are a makeup artist and you're retouching your pictures on your own, these actions are really nice. As you can see the line. Now let's just work on the other one. These are thick lines. But if you are thinking to change the color of the makeup, for example, not red, but you want to go by something like green, you can just choose the green color and start painting like this. As you can see, it will totally change the color of the makeup, but I will remain with the red of this color because it's looking really nice. And I will copy the color something like this and start painting. I will put this under this one because this one is that white line, so I'm not gonna make changes to that. Let me just check it before and after. I think is okay. Now go to the other side and do the same process. Now check it before and after again, but I'm gonna reduce this by 45%, and I think it's okay. Now click on the third layer and we have some kind of pink, something like white here on the other color, and I think that I will copy some color here. Yeah, I think this one is okay. With a white brush again, I'm just gonna paint it like this. Now check it before and after. I think it's okay. Do that on the other side. Let me just check. I think it's okay. Just reduce just a little. Create another eyeshadows pick a color, and I think that I'm gonna go with this kind of color and paint it under the eyes because we have some color under the eyes too. Now let's just check it before and after. I think is looking okay. I'm just gonna reduce this and create another one, and this time I'm going with a dark color, black. So I'm just gonna paint it on the eyelashes, making them even darker. This one works for the eyebrows too, as I said before. Now let's just check it before and after. Yeah, I think it's okay. Now double click or just drag and drop this, and with a shift, hold shift keyboard, click here and merge these into a layer and rename makeup or something like that. And here you can see a before and after of what you have done so far in this portrait, and I think that is looking really nice. So I'm just gonna merge these into one and click here that says lips and cheeks, click play, and I'm gonna use a white brush and 100% opacity and just gonna paint on the lips just like that. Be careful because you don't want to paint outside the lips like I did this time, but I'm gonna remove that color outside the lips because it will not look that good. Now let's just check a before and after, and I think that, oops, sorry, they are looking really nice, but I'm gonna reduce this something like this, merge this into one again, click here that says lips dodge and burn, and here as you can see it says pick lips color dodge and pick lips color burn. So we have to pick the color of the lips, and I think that this one, and start painting on the lips. This one is for the dodge, so it's a dodge with the color of the lips. Let's just check a before and after in the zoom out. Yeah, I think it's looking really nice. Now click on the other one that says burn. So I'm gonna pick a darker color and start making this look even better. Let me just check a before and after. Yeah, I think it's okay, but reduce this something like that and merge again into one. Now click here that says lips glow, click play and zoom in. With a 100% opacity, I'm just gonna paint on the lips. And this one is for the glow. It will make them really nice, as you can see a before and after. But I'm gonna reduce just a little. As you can see, with 100% is absolutely destroyed, so keep under the 30, and I'm going by 20 and merge into one again. Now click here that says soft lips and wait until it's all done. And with a 100% opacity of the brush, just paint it like this. This action is to make the lips just a little too soft, as you can see a before and after, but I'm gonna reduce this again and check a before and after and merge these layers into one. And here, as you can see, a before and after of what you've done so far in this portrait, and I think it's looking amazing. And one thing that is missing here is the dodge and burn, so I'm just gonna click dodge and burn, click play, and I will start with the dodge with a white brush and 10% opacity. I'm just gonna paint it where I want to dodge. And if you're not seeing the results in the dodge, just increase the opacity. Now let's just check a before and after. I think it's okay, but I'm gonna turn off the desaturated layer and check a before and after again. And I think that this one is way too much. I'm just gonna go by 45. And if you wanna see what we've done in the mask, you can click Alt keyboard, just hold it and click it here. And here, as you can see, we have the mask of the dodge. So I'm just gonna go to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur, just to blur this a little. Click OK. Now check a before and after again and reduce just a little more. Now click on the burn, and for the burn I'm gonna burn the cheeks and some around the forehead, just a little on the other side, a little under the lips. Let me just check a before and after, and I think that is looking okay. Now check it before and after again and enter the layer mask. Go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, just to blur some things. And I think that is okay. Open the group and turn off the saturated layer. Now reduce the opacity of the burn because it's way too much. So I think that is looking okay. I'm just gonna work on the layer mask because we have painted on the background or the backdrop. I'm just gonna remove it and check a before and after of what we've done all this entire process, and I think that is looking really nice. Now merge this into one. Now I'm just gonna duplicate this background layer and go to filter and liquify. Sorry, I can find liquify. What the fuck? Filter, liquify. I'm gonna make some changes here on the lips. Now check it before and after. Yeah, I think it's looking okay. Now click here that says sharpen, click play, and make the layer mask into white by Ctrl and I. And here you can see a before and after. This is the sharp action, so I'm just going to reduce this by 35. Now click here that says basic contrast and reduce this something like that, and click on the face contour, click OK, and here as you can see the contour of a portrait, and I think that is looking okay. Now check a before and after of this entire process of retouching. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and let me know if I'm understandable or not. Let me know if my retouching skills are good enough to teach you something. And if you want to follow my step-by-step process of this entire retouching, you have to get these actions. And don't forget to check the Telegram channel because there are so many raw files in the Telegram channel, as I said. And see you guys in the next one. Peace.